Thrasher's Ghetto Fab, and working on the Fairlane again today. And like I said in the last video, I'm going to do some subframe connectors in here. You're probably wondering why I use subframe connectors in just a daily driver like this. Basically, I want this car to handle really well. I want it to I just want it to be nice and tight and everything. And like I said, I'm going for a ton of horsepower here and anything like that. You know, not a drag racer, but I figured this car does flex quite a bit. So let me show you what I got done so far. And this is going to be a pain in the ass to show everybody, but okay, let's see. Get out of the car here, and you can see this side here. I do have it in the car, and it's just tacked in for the moment. First thing I did is I got this car completely level and just make sure everything was perfect where it was. Make sure the doors open and closed real well. Yeah, before I did anything. And you can see I got this one laid out, and it's going to be a lot of spot welds. I'm going to do that back there in the back. Try to save me some welding under the car. You can see right there the torque box by the spring hanger there. That's all going to be spot welded in, spot welded to the floor. And yeah, so come out pretty good here. One thing I thought was kind of odd on the Fords here. I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of dark, but the subframe here just kind of cantilevers out in the middle of nowhere. And obviously it worked fine for 57 years and probably worked fine for another 57. But I just thought it'd be nice here to add a cross member there. As you can see, it kind of cross members in, ties into the rocker there. And then all the way back to the torque box here. Floor back here, I thought maybe it might vibrate a little bit. I didn't know if it was going to hit, so I'm going to spot weld back to the floor also. Plus I figure it'll add some strength. So you can see that one is done. I have this one here set up. And you can see the relief cuts I did there, and just kind of pushed it into space. It is where it needs to be. I'm going to go ahead and tack the rest of this together, all the brackets and everything on camera. I did some footage here you're going to see next where I made this one here on the bench, where I just kind of set next to the other one, welded it all up. So we'll get that footage up here next, and then after that we'll show how I can get all this stuff kind of tapped, and then that's it. Well, we're going to go back in time here a little bit. In the intro clip here, I showed you I had this piece in this subframe connector. I had it in the car, welded in and done. Well, that's actually BS because it's not. It's right here. But we're going to say we're going to flip this around. We're going to go do a little editing here. I wanted to show you how I kind of come up with this. As you can see, it's kind of up and down and follows the floor pan there. So what I did is I just pie cut it here, as you can see, here and here. The spots where it was hitting the floor, and then I just used my those scissor jacks that I like so much and just pushed it up to the floor and tacked it in to get that nice and tight, and everything fit real nice. So what instead of doing the other side like that and have to lay on my back and kind of trying to minimize that stuff because I don't have a lift, and what I'm going to do here is I'm just, like I said, this is not done, but like I said, it's here on the bench, and I'm going to pie cut this one, tack them together, get everything TIG welded here on the bench, and then we'll transfer them to the car, and then I'll show you how I do the rest of the driver's side, including this cross member and things like that. So, and then how I attach it to the torque boxes in the back. on that last clip there, you saw me. I got the all these brackets tacked on here. And I fought this thing today like crazy. It's been one of those crazy days where nothing fits. I couldn't get this thing to go. Welder wouldn't work. Whatever. That's all shit off camera. But anyway, so here it is on the bench. I'm going to TIG weld all of this. Like I said, it's probably overkill, especially for this car. Could do a few MIG welds or whatever. But I just like to TIG weld. I'm a much better TIG welder than I am a MIG welder. So I'll get this done, and I'm going to get this in the car. I'll do all that off camera, and then I'll burn it all in, and I will show you guys the finished product. All right, guys, they are finally welded in. I don't know how many 6 hours of rolling around on my back here, getting these all done, but I'm really happy how they did come out. I wanted to show you before I put some primer on here. I did start with my MIG, and I don't know why. I'm not as good a MIG welder. Especially on the spot welds, I like to have the TIG where I can really burn it in there, into the base metal, if you will. So I can kind of direct that heat more, so you can see, see over there. My light's kind of shining, but burned it in really well up here on the front subframe. The top was a little rough. I did use my MIG up there, and just kind of close my eyes and hope for the best. I'll probably put a little seam seal up top there because it was almost impossible to get up on top there. The only issue was right here where this welds to the rocker. I mean, I read this online too. You got the cord use some kind of galvanized or something, maybe aluminized. I don't know, but I could not get a TIG weld to go. It would explode and pop almost like you're welding aluminum. So I don't know what the hell it was, but eventually I did get I just pulled the Big Mac out, and they're not the prettiest welds I've ever done, but I did get them burned in, and with minimal contamination. But there they are. I'm gonna get some primer on these, call these done, and we'll wrap this video up. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap up this video. The subframe connectors, pretty happy how those came out. And so we're gonna keep rolling on with this build, and you might be able to see behind me here. Next up is going to be yanking this motor, getting this engine compartment cleaned up, and dropping this new motor in here. And that is almost together also. That's sitting over at my dad's, and do a little work on that tonight. So I just want to say thanks for watching Thrasher Skittle Fab, and we'll see you next time.